Hi, welcome to Paleo Life. I'm Cindy, and today I'm here with my good friend Jonathan Randalls. Today we're going to be talking a bit about MovNat. Now, originally the plan was to do, go through some of the background of MovNat and then go outside to do a workout, but since today it is actually snowing sideways out, we're going to be doing all of our taping inside Jonathan's studio. So, Jonathan, why don't you tell us a bit about you first?
Sure. So I'm the head movement coach at a training company, Legendary Fitness Canada, and we're a performance training company where we basically combine scientific research, primal movement patterns, and strength training to help individuals achieve higher levels of natural athleticism and skill.
So you do a lot of workout training with people.
We do, yeah. So that basically involves, we're working on movements. We measure fitness by quality of movement. We like to look at what a person is able to do, be able to get them to do it more efficiently and higher capacity of it. So that does involve a lot of mobility, a lot of training that keeps the body moving, keeps the joints healthy, strength training, working on a lot of foundational lifts, and then just working on the natural movements that our bodies were genetically designed to do, which is where MovNat comes in, lots of crawling, jumping, climbing, running, groundwork, and how to transition smoothly between these movements.
All right, so tell me a little bit about MovNat, a little bit about how it began, what it is.
So MovNat is a fitness education system that helps teach individuals a whole spectrum of natural human movement. It was founded by a great coach named MovNat1 a few years ago, and even his work is based on older work. He's not claiming to have created these movements. It's our natural movements, but he's compiled a system and a way of coaching that helps us reach a lot of people and make these movements possible for them.
So tell me what you said, full spectrum of movements. What are we talking about here? Are we talking bodybuilding? We're talking weightlifting? What are the...
So beyond that, movements looking more at, MovNat is looking more at how we move. Strength and agility and mobility, those are all important aspects of fitness that will come with it, but we're looking more at how well we do these movements and how to transition between them. So yes, we do strength training, we do lifting, and we want to look at how efficient we are in those lifts, which minimizes the wear and tear on our bodies, on our joints, and allows us to perform at higher levels, lift more weight or more times, or rather than just lifting, we also learn how to carry it and pick it up and throw it if we need to. So by a full spectrum, we literally mean full spectrum. It's no longer just two-dimensional, it's not just on the ground. We're working on bars and in trees and on platforms, jumping from a platform to a tree.
Okay, so why would a person want to do this kind of three-dimensional fitness as opposed to going to a gym and just pushing weights or barbells?
It's a good question, and there are countless benefits to the style of training and reasons why you want to do that. One is that it's very sustainable. Because the nature of MovNat training is all about movement efficiency, we are minimizing how much sort of damage or wear and tear is done on our body while being able to increase the amount of work that we're able to do. So if you take a routine that, maybe a certain plyometric routine or any type of, structured box routine, they're going to have certain movements that they're doing and often in high repetition. There's only so long you can do that, apart from not even being bored. Moving in a certain way and not in others, you're eliminating ranges of motion that you used to have, and now you're only practicing in a certain path. And at some point, that really starts to take its toll on the body. And how long can you do that for? MovNat is about expanding our range of motion and our repertoire of movements, and being very well-rounded, so that we can progress this way for life. Basically, with age, you should become a better mover, not a worse mover. It's also very important to be well-rounded. It's one thing to be able to bench, 300 pounds or deadlift 400 pounds. Those are great skills to have. But can you pull your own body weight up onto a ledge? Can you climb a rope? Can you jump and land without getting hurt? How impressive is it to be all, upper body big, be nice and strong, play a game of soccer, and you've got no ankle mobility, you suck at running.
It kind of reminds me of, I'm a huge Survivor fan, and this season on Survivor, they had a contestant by the name of Russell, And the man is built, he's huge, he's muscular, you can tell that he bench presses like there's no tomorrow. And in this one competition they had to do, they jump in the water, they had to swim a certain distance, grab something, swim back. And watching this man, you know, they picked him on his team, they thought they had a solid winner because he's so fit looking. He got out there, swam back, and he didn't have the physical strength left, no matter how huge he was, to pull himself back up on that platform. He was stuck in the water.
Yeah, and it's sad, it's a little pathetic, because this is a very basic movement that we should be very confident in. It's very important to be able to pull yourself up among swing and do other things. It reminds me, my first brushing with MovNat a couple of years ago now, where I took my first workshop with her on before. I was much more into bodybuilding at the time. I was a lot bigger. I'm actually a lot stronger now, but I was bigger then and looked stronger. And I remember when he was getting to the leg swing technique on the hanging log on the ceiling, I asked him a question about, as we start this style of training, should we be eliminating like all other forms of training? Should I not be doing lat pull down anymore? Should I not be doing pull-ups anymore? And he asked me, well, how many pull-ups do you think you can do? I said, on a good day, 15. And he was like, that's a good amount of pull-ups for a big guy. Can you get yourself on top of this log? I said, well, I don't know, I haven't tried. He said, well, come on over here and try. And he got me to, once grabbing the log, he would not let me touch the ground. He got me to try and try again to get myself, without any coaching, right, but with all my strength, get myself on top of this log. If I wanted to come down and say, no, there's a tiger below you, you have to get on this log to save your life. And I could not do it. And I tired out and I came crashing down. And he said, so despite all your strength and your fitness, you could not get on this log to save your life if you had to. And it was just, and he just hops up, does this one easy smooth technique, flies up on it. And it was just an eye-opener. I really took to that. And I actually, it's, even with the style training, the level of confidence and that comes with this is amazing, because just knowing, as you're in this gym or walk down the street, that I know I can get on top of these bars, I know I can climb this rope, I know what I can and what I cannot do and how to progress myself. It's just an amazing feeling, and if everybody as a society embrace this and have that level of connection with their body and with the environment, all over across the board, we would excel and perform at everything movement-based and probably otherwise as well.
Excellent. So maybe we should get into some of the movements here. You can show me some of these.
Sounds fun.
All right, sounds good. All right, so now we're ready to start getting into some of the actual movements for MovNat, and we're going to work our way into a circuit. But first, Jonathan's going to lead us through a bit of a transitional warm-up.
What I'm going to have us do to start is, just from where you're standing, we're just going to drop into a comfortable squat as low as we can get. And we're just going to chill there for a bit because I haven't been here in a few days. So we're going to hang out.
Nice, comfy squat.
Exactly. Try to kind of relax the toes and the feet. I'm kind of getting some tension in there and try to relax.
This is the whole workout, right? We just get to stay here for half an hour. Viewing audience will love this.
So let's just stand for a second, give a little break. Loosen up, bring it right back down, not get too much. Let's go back down. And this time, let's see where we can find like our most efficient squat. So try to lengthen through the chest, see if you have to get a little taller to try and get almost like a neutral spine. Good. Awesome. Cool. Let's go up one more time. Back. Back. Come on up. Let's go down on our toes. Okay, so we're balancing toe squat. So down here. Now let's work on getting those knees wide while we're holding there. And then bring them back to middle. A little up. Back to middle. Now let's see if we can very gently nurse onto our knees and see if we can very gently nurse back. That would be good. Good, let's try it again. Try it again. So gently forward. And just time. Feel like you're sitting any lower, any easier? I do. I'm a little more comfy now. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a seat. So I'll tell you what. Let's come onto our knees. Okay, and we'll just sit back on our feet and try and use no hands. We're just gonna scooch our legs out.
All right.
Awesome, cool. So from here, and we'll start with our hands. Let's just go side to side, getting the knees to plant on the floor. Okay, so on the next one, you can watch me do one first if you want. You're gonna turn. You're gonna look. You're gonna see how far behind you can look, and then what you're gonna do is staying nice and low. See how far in the other direction you can look. You're gonna come back. Let's give it a shot. Yes, so you turn your head and your body, see how far you can look, and then you're gonna scooch along the front of your body, and you're gonna see how far in the other direction you want to look. And then on the next one, when you get here, you're gonna see if you're able to drive up from the hips. Awesome, so now we're gonna gently come back down. Here, drive up other side. Good, let's go the other side. Great, because, and this is great for opening up the hips, the knees, the spine. Lots of muscles are firing here. So on this next one, you're gonna turn, you're gonna lift, you're gonna bring that back leg to the front. You're gonna make sure you have a nice, strong, base of support, strong structure, and stand. Awesome, come on back down. Put that one leg back. Put the other leg back behind it. Nurse yourself down. So what you actually just learned is the first get-up, one of the get-ups I'm going to show you. And that is from this position, whether you were loaded or unloaded, and we're going to try it with some weight after, is do you have the ability and the know-how to simply plant your legs, thrust. What I want you to work on specifically is when you're in that position, when you're here and you're getting ready to stand, I want you to just take a pause and make sure that you feel nice strong base of support here, toes are dug in, and your core is nice and tight, because I want to make sure when you stand nice and strong, nice and balanced. We're going to try to fight the urge to wobble one way or another. With load, that just becomes more dangerous on the spine, and it'll strengthen you more to focus and lift in that manner. So what I'll show you is we're going to sit back on our backside. And first with the weight there, you're going to try to sit up, so that seated position. Go ahead, so you can start. So from back there, sit up. And as we hold this, we're going to try to make sure that we're keeping nice and tall in our posture so our back doesn't take too much of it, so we're tall. You're going to see if you can plant those legs. Move one, stand. Back down. 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 Good, go for the other side. Good. Yeah, so and that's how you hold it up in the posture. So if you can imagine the ability to do this movement under different amounts of weight, different forms of weight, right? It might be kettlebells, it might be a beer keg, it might be a person, okay? The adaptability and the amount of conditioning that comes from this movement alone is
just the amount of core muscles required to sit up straight with the.
And exactly, everybody always wants to work the core. They want that pack, and there's no better way to do it, and no safer way to do it than to use it in what it was designed to do, and support our body through these wide movements. So from this seated position, let's plant 1 foot like so, 1 foot forward. So we're making almost a number 4 here. Okay, so this foot's going to slightly like this. And what I want to see is, do you have the ability to get into this position? No hands. Good. And so this time you're going to lift into that position, straighten that back leg, and just like the other movement, stand nice and strong. Good. Come on back down. So come down. You'll sit. Switch legs. Other side. Here. Up. Good. Come on back down. So, another form of how to get up. Now I'm going to show you how to do that a little easier. A lot of people who are first starting out with this won't actually have the ability to smoothly just get from here to here. That amount of mobility and strength, or even just the mental connection, it's a movement they've never tried, they will stumble all day with it. So I want you to try a movement here. What we're going to do, first off, I want you to try a sit-up, just a normal sit-up. What you're going to do, without any momentum from your body, you're going to try to just sit up into a full seated position. So go ahead, lie back, feet are like so. Give us a sit-up. See how it feels? It's a certain amount of difficulty to it, takes a certain amount of time. What I want you to try is from down here. Instead of just sitting up, right, leaning from your torso, I want you to gently lift your legs, and I want you to throw them and let them pull you up. Good. Which one was easier?
This one.
That